Good evening, Gills fans. Welcome back to another episode of Gills in the Blood TV. It is Sunday night, and of course that means it is match day review showtime. As you can see, we are recording immediately after Gills' huge 1-0 win against promotion chasing Bradford City. 1-0 was the scoreline, courtesy of Conor Masterson's second half goal. Stocky, I thought we was full value for that. We spoke at half time, didn't we, and said that it was a fairly even game. But second half, I thought we were the better side. I don't think Bradford offered much at all.
No, they didn't. Yeah, I agree with that as well. We're definitely the better side. It's a shame that we didn't nick that second. I thought we was good second half. Yeah, showed a lot of attacking quality and done things that we didn't do in the first half.
Yeah, because we spoke about both keepers essentially being spectators first period, didn't we? But there wasn't loads to save second period either, though, was there? But it just felt like the game was played in better areas for us, didn't it? And consistently as well.
Yeah, well, what we said at half time was set pieces was, you know, our big chance to score, but the delivery hadn't been good enough. In the first half, there'd been 2 down the keeper's throat, and then we saw what happened with Masterson's goal. And then after that, there was a few good deliveries as well. So
yeah, all in all, very, very good second period. And like we've said, I put a tweet out last Sunday after the Morecambe victory and said that there were things that we were seeing in terms of different metrics that were going in the right direction. Unfortunately, we let ourselves down at Newport on Tuesday night, but that's 3 unbeaten at home now, I think, and we've not conceded any of them. And to have played Crewe, Morecambe and Bradford and picked up 7 points without shipping anything at the back, I think is testament to the players, certainly. But Boz, if we go back to 2 o'clock, team news came in, didn't it?
You did say tactical master stroke.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Obviously, hindsight's never wrong and all that type of thing. John Coleman will be very happy this evening. Yeah, there was 2 changes from the 11 that lost at Newport, weren't there? Masterson came in for Maxime at the heart of defence, and then there was a change up top. Ollie Hawkins back in and Elliot Nevitt dropped to the bench. But we was discussing that front three again. All right, we're winning football matches at the moment, but it looks all a bit sort of forced and a bit...
But they seem to change roles throughout the game, don't
Yeah, and it seems if you score a goal at the moment, you then get rewarded by not being played in your natural position, because Elliot Nevitt scored against Fleetwood and then had to play as a 10 second half. Jimmy J Morgan scores Tuesday night and then has to play as a 10 today for large periods of the game and didn't look comfortable. So we laughed during the game, didn't we, and said, well, if Conor Masterson gets dropped back 15 yards next week, he's going in goal against Accrington. But that is a joke for all the John Coleman fans. It was a very good performance, and it's a massive 3 points. But aside from that, Boz, the rest of the team was pretty straightforward, wasn't it, in terms of wing backs, same system, and to combat them, they played a back three as well, I think,
even,
didn't they?
Like when the subs came on, I thought Kumbeni, I've only seen him once or twice, but that was the best I've seen him.
Yeah.
Put himself about a bit. He actually tried to do stuff.
It was unlucky 1 effort on the run as well when he blazed into the rain immense second period.
Nevitt come on, run his socks off like he always does. He always left one point, you know, when Bodo went through.
Oh yeah, and Smith come out and cleared it with about 40 yards from goal. He had it pinched off his toe. Yeah, to the point about Kumbeni, I don't know what you think as well, Stock, but I thought that was his best performance. I've said before, he's always looked a bit sort of like he's almost trying too hard, and he becomes a bit frantic with his decision making and what he does. But I thought he showed a lot of composure today. And another one who I thought showed loads of composure was Johnny Williams. He just managed to slow the game down at the right period for us.
Johnny Williams used his experience when he came on.
Yep.
Regarding Kumbeni, similar to Boz, I've not seen him too much, but I thought, yeah, another composed performance when you know, he was on. He looked calm in there. He looked to get the ball and shift it. He put himself about, got plenty of energy, and I felt the shot as well. It was brilliant technique. Just got a bit too much on it, I thought. But yeah,
it's difficult to see that half again, unfortunately. So apologies for the footage on the match day live that you've already watched, hopefully, because low sun again coming over the top of the Gordon Road means that the goal was sort of shrouded in shade. And
really good finish, wasn't it?
Conor Masterson's goal was really good, yeah, it was, yeah, a lot of composure. We know he can do that, don't we? But yeah, first half, like we've said, there wasn't a lot in it, was there? I've not looked at stats. I'd imagine Bradford probably had more of the ball. We said at half time, didn't we? George Lapsley was probably the only one that threatened to get in behind for either team on a consistent basis. You know what you get with George Lapsley. There was that 1.5 chance where he's tried to flick it around Morris, but it never looked like it was. I'm not even sure it would have reached the goal, even if it was on target.
No, it was covering defence.
Yeah,
as well,
it was a couple, wasn't there?
Yeah.
We had Marnie Little's free kick that went over the bar. Again, we got into good areas, but
there was a few times the ball goes across the box, there's just no one on the end of it, no one gambled. Well, you said to me straight after Hawkins went off, I put a perfect ball in for him.
Yeah.
After he got
Ironic,
off,
yeah, he spent an hour not getting anything, and then there was an absolute belter from Hutton that was stood up to the back post literally minutes after he'd gone off. But in terms of the first half, it just felt like we got into the final third and then we don't know what we're doing, or we don't look sure of ourselves, and I think
Nobody
that's...
wants to almost, I suppose, take responsibility is kind of the way of putting it. Everyone wants to, like, quick, I've got it, I need to pass it on.
Yeah, potentially.
No one wants to be responsible for giving the ball away or having a shot and it going wide. I'd always rather people shoot personally.
One shot that I just remembered actually, Sam Gow had, it was...
Yeah, he did, yeah, to be fair, yeah, from about 35 yards.
From about 35 yards, and yeah, to be fair, you need more of that, as we saw with Mackenzie's goal at Walsall, you know.
Yep. And that was one of the metrics that I looked at last week. But weirdly, that's gone down in terms of shots on target. And this was looking at the first 5 Coleman games compared to the second 5. But I said I think it's gone down because of the fact that we're having more ball now and we're showing more control with the football. So then there's not so much of a need maybe to be shooting from 25, 30 yards because you're so desperate.
We keep saying as well, we keep having the ball a lot in our half, or in around our penalty box. So obviously we're not going to be taking shots from there.
No, exactly that. And do we think that the lack of sureness in the final third is a byproduct of the fact that we're trying to shoehorn strikers into positions that they're not comfortable with at the moment, potentially?
I'd say a lack of consistency as well. Like we say about the positions, they're all changing each week.
That's what I mean.
Even throughout the game.
You've got, like we've had probably 3 different people who played the 10 today. We had a period, Stocky, where you said we weren't even playing the 10, were we? Because Benny come on and they just played as a flat 5 in the middle. But yeah, I just think that is a byproduct of the fact that you're always playing one who's not sure what to do, certainly out of possession.
Yeah.
So then they don't drop in, and then it all becomes a bit rushed and a little bit sort of frantic when we do break.
For me, first half as well, there didn't seem that link between your attackers and the midfield, so Mackenzie and Little, whereas second half I felt
got isolated, didn't they, a little bit?
Yeah, they got more on the ball and was able to get the ball into like wide areas, whether that be Hutton or Clark on the other side. So I found that as a team we moved the ball a lot better second half, and maybe that came from after the goal. It's no coincidence perhaps that they started to play with a bit more confidence, having gone a goal up, relatively early on in the second half as well.
56 minutes I think was the goal was clocked at. So yeah, it was. And we always say for us to win games at the moment, because we don't score enough goals, we have to get the first one, don't we? And we're all right when we're managing a game from the front.
Yeah, no, definitely. But it's not like Bradford chucked the kitchen sink at us and was defending for our lives. I don't remember.
We had one spell in each half, didn't they? Like, a spell just towards the end of the first half when we just could not get the ball away. They kept coming back, but it didn't lead to anything, did it?
Certainly first period. I don't recall anything really concerted second half. I mean, they're always going to have patches of possession because they're a good side and it's League 2.
Wasn't there one that he kind of palmed to the sides?
Yes, there was. Yeah, I think. But if you'd said at the start of game, if you said that like the extensive work that Glenn's going to have to do is going to be coming claiming and punching crosses away, you just said thanks very much.
We all expected more from Bradford, didn't we? I certainly did.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's also fair to say to them that they've got a lot of people missing. They're a different team with Andy Cook, but they can't moan about that because they'd lost 1 in 15 before then and he'd not played in most of them games. Ava, I'm going to come to you. Good to see Conor Masterson back in the side, doing his defensive bit as well and obviously popping up with a winner. Good finish? Yeah? What we could see, because the sun was really low, wasn't it? Who did you think was our best player today though? Joe Bode again. Boys, I've got no argument with that at all.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Sponsors man of the match, back-to-back home games, runs himself to a standstill again. Shows some real quality, real strength, holding up the ball, running in behind.
In the corner the little, I'm thinking of the word for it. Is it elastico? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, elastico, yeah.
I think Johnny Williams did a bit there as well. He was quite good drinking with me.
I think the thing I love about Bode though is you've got second half, you've got Brad Halliday, seasoned pro, been around the block, big grizzled, do you know what I mean? And he's trying to intimidate Joe and Joe's not having a bit of it, he just stands there staring at him.
From the corner, I went, just look at that now.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, he weren't moving, was he? He weren't for moving until the referee said,
Just staring straight at him.
He's making the referee do his job. He's not going to back down to that. So I thought that was absolutely superb. The other one of 2 of our own, I thought was immense again at the back. Sam Gale, really, really, really good.
Seems to grow with confidence week on week.
Big Smith too.
Yeah, he was better because he had a bit of a shock, and let's be honest, against Newport on Tuesday, didn't he? I'm not sure how he didn't get booked before he did, and he was at fault for the opening free kick, and just had one of them nights where he got run ragged by Bobby Canwell. But yeah, he was certainly back to his best. Maxime was the only sub that we've not mentioned. He came on last 10-15 minutes, including injury time, and helped us see the game out. But yeah, we look like the team. I think, Stocky, you just alluded to it. We look like the team that was, and John Coleman has mentioned this, that he says we have to get the first goal and then go and look for the second rather than just sitting in and protecting.
And we did today.
And it looked like we was the only team that was going to score after it went to 1-0, yeah.
You did think when they withdrew Morgan for Nelson Kennedy, you thought, oh, here we go, flat back 5.
Yeah.
But then again, they had to change it.
Because Mackenzie went off shortly afterwards, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, and then William was playing in the 10 as well. But,
Yeah, and I thought he was really like that. I know it's only 15 minutes, but for someone who's not played a lot of football at all, I know he's not played under John Coleman, has he? We've not seen Conor Masterson since Wimbledon, which was back end of 2024. So for people like that to come on and have a massive positive impact on a really good performance and a huge result, we can't, like, this is massive. Tranmere have won today, but Morecambe and Carlisle, the two in there, have both lost. So the gap's now 12 points, and more importantly, we've ticked another game off, haven't we? So are we safe?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're safe. I think the main thing is more you're just looking to kind of build on from these results.
Yep.
You know, last week we won, and then we go to Newport away on a Tuesday night. Should have confidence, and then we're 3 down after 30 odd minutes, aren't we?
But even that game going forward, I thought we looked fine. We got into good areas, but you can't give teams 3 goal head starts. That's the thing, can you? But
yeah, it's just building on it now, just and trying to, I think, as well, unite that kind of disparity between the fans and the players, because it's not always been great. But I think especially the atmosphere after the last 2 wins, it's been great. And I think especially today, the players seem to take it in and appreciate it, and they made concerted efforts to come over and be part of it as well. You had Sam Gower doing fist pumps again, Masterson doing fist pumps.
John Coleman with his big band-aid on his head.
Yeah, Masterson waving like the players over to take it in, because we have been on their back at times, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
But we're all in it together at the end of the day, and
we have to be, don't we? Because this is the group we've got till the end of the season, and they've got to put up with us till the end of the season. But in terms of effort, because you said, Boz, because you've not seen much in recent months, have you? And I said to you, I said, we've been all right today. Like, the effort's there, like the application's there. What we've got to realise is we're just not as good as lots of teams in this division. But I don't think the effort's been an issue now for 5 or 6 games. I still think there's question marks over John Coleman's tactics and team selection. But to be fair to him, he got his substitutions absolutely spot on today. I know a couple of slightly enforced with cramp for Masterson, and it looks like a knock for Mackenzie. But I thought he got the substitutions right. I think there'll be question marks still about the fact that Bradley Dack's not involved in the 18 at all. Jaden Clark, the top scorer. Yeah, we don't know whether there's knocks involved or stuff like that. No, but then that's testament to the emergence of Sam Gale, isn't it? So I think, and with Ollie Hawkins playing as well, you've almost got your 5th centre half, so you don't need another one.
I think just touching on Ogie as well, like he's been playing as left back or a left wing back, and I think since Max Clark's come back in, I think he's been relatively solid in the main, especially in the home games.
And Hutton as well, because I've been a big critic of Hutton. I thought Hutton was really, really good today, both defensively and defensively. And we can sit here and we can wax lyrical about a beaten Morecambe, but to then go to Newport and put in that first half hour to react today against a side that, for me, probably gets promoted still once they get their injured players back, this is a much better performance and a much bigger win.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like I said, I probably would have expected more from Bradford, like Boz has said, but yeah, it was a good win today, and I think everyone's gone home happy. So.
Ava, you got to saw George Lapsley, but he was actually happy he didn't score today. I know you've not been enjoying it, have you, mate? But that was better, wasn't it? Back-to-back wins at home, you enjoyed yourself. How good was the sausage roll?
Good.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Get over, you Wally. How good was the performance?
That's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How big was the win? It's like massive, mate.
Massive.
Absolutely massive. Right, I think we summed it up. I think we agree with the sponsors man of the match again. Joe Bode, absolutely superb. But I think there were others that were in contention. If someone like Sam Gale or Romeo Hutton had got it today, I don't think there'd have been any qualms from me. It's just nice that they don't keep picking the goal scorer, which seemed to be the norm. And we don't have many of them, do we? So it really is the easy way out. But anyway, Gills fans and Bradford fans, if you have been watching, as always, you know what I'm going to say. Thank you very much. Please consider hitting like. Please hit subscribe. It is free to do so. It's been a good weekend for the Gills. It's been a decent week, to be fair. Newport was a blip, but back-to-back home wins means that, fingers crossed, we should have enough in the bank now to be safe from relegation, and that had been the talk for a few months now. Let's hope that we can continue some momentum, hopefully start looking towards next season in terms of what decisions we're going to make with the manager, what decisions we can start making with certain players, because there's a lot out of contract. But let's enjoy this for what it was, and it's a massive win. It's a really good performance, and it's a huge 3 points. Be back middle of the week with an Accrington fan to preview what's another big game as we go back on the road next weekend. Myself and Ava will be going to the Wham Stadium, a very early start, but actually looking forward to it now after a couple of victories recently. But until then, from all of us, I shall leave you with Ava and the final 3 words.
Up the Gills.